Morning my little honey badgers. The next test we're going to look at is a muscle endurance test. We're going to do the 60-second press up test. This can be done as a 60-second squat test, a 60-second sit up test, but we're going to look at the press up test on this one. Now what we're going to do to increase its reliability is I've got a standard size of Marmite here. I've gone for the 250 gram version, okay, so if you find something like that at home, which means every time I go down to do a press up, my chest has got to touch this. That's increasing its reliability for its test because I'm going for the same height and the same distance. If I was to repeat this again, I'd make sure I'd find my 250 gram Marmite and I'd do the test exactly the same again. One thing which has decreased my reliability of this test, one of the tests I did earlier was my 1 rep max, okay? So I have got a little bit of fatigue in my pectoralis major and my triceps brachii from that, but we'll see how it goes anyway. So that hasn't reduced its reliability of the test. I've got a timer here and a stopwatch. You guys are videoing it, so hopefully you can see that my form's okay, because that's another thing which can actually amend the reliability. We've all got that friend who does that press up like this, okay, and they say that they've done 150 press ups when they really haven't done 150 press ups. Here you go, we're going to start it, and I'm going to get into position. Let's go. You're allowed to take a little bit of rest in it if you want to. I've done 40 reps already. Take a little bit of rest. 20 seconds to go. Ten seconds. And there we go, 60 reps in 60 seconds. Validity of the 60-second press-up test. It is a fairly valid fitness test to actually complete. It tests muscle endurance in my upper body. If I wanted to find the muscle endurance in my lower body, I would alternate and do something like a squat 60-second test instead. One of the downside to it on validity wise, it's not very specific to any sporting movement. So never in a sporting game do you actually see someone bosh out 60 press ups. So yeah, it has got some comparable transferable skills possibly, that if you've got good muscular endurance in the 60-second press up test, you'd have good muscular endurance in an activity that you're going to complete, but it's not a sport specific movement. Another downside to it is the fact that you've got to be able to do a press up as well. If you can't do any press ups, then you can't test the muscular endurance of your upper body strength. So if you can only do 1 or 2, it's basically a strength test instead. Reliability factors. We spoke about reliability factors within it, and that I had to go down to that Marmite jar each time. Looking back at the video, I've probably missed it 10 to 12 times at least. So there's one of the reliability factors. You need someone there, an official saying no rep, okay, and then you probably start the test again, because they all need to go to the same height each time. Technique is a reliability factor as well. We spoke about the person who does the bad technique to the good technique, or if your technique varies between the 2 tests you do, one that you did 6 weeks at the start of your fitness training and one that you did at the end. Obviously, other varieties, okay, it's an appropriate warm-up, so you're ready to do the test. We spoke about that beforehand. And you've done the test procedure before, because if you've done the test procedure before, you're going to get better results because you know what you're heading for.